One of my favorites. This is N-Words in Paris by Jay-Z and Kanye West.
We're gonna skate to one song only.
Best opening. How can you not bop your head to that? How can you not? So Jay starts right in with a great joke, a double meaning. He's talking about how he's balling so hard that MFers are going to have to fine him. Right, immediately you're thinking basketball, and that you'd be right. That's exactly what he's talking about. But he's also talking about in the rap game, that or just in life, that he's going so hard, he's doing so well that it's almost like they should fine him for it. And $50,000 to an average person is that's a very nice salary, like for a year. But what Jay is saying is that, what is this? This is pocket change. To me, this is, I would use this to buy like gum, if he were like us, where we just have a little less discretionary income, I think, than what Jay has, which is a significant amount. Game 6, right? That's the Bulls, referencing Michael Jordan, who performed very well under pressure in that game. And what you'll see, I just think it's the genius of Jay, is that he's referencing multiple Michaels. I think there's Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan. There's another one or two, and that's what you listen to his body of work over the years, and he does that. As you're listening, and you're like, "What is this?" And then it's almost like you have to process it, and you go, "Oh my God, that's unbelievable." Rocks are diamonds. So, and if you've been listening to hip-hop music and you've been hearing that terminology, you might have been asking yourself, what are they talking about? Diamonds. And now, that's something to be a bit nervous of. I mean, I understand Jay is pushing the envelope here, talking about some times when he may have gotten away with some improprieties, or had himself a situation where he otherwise would have found himself incarcerated, but through whatever, Jay doesn't elaborate, he was able to get away with it. I know he's had some legal issues in the past, and I don't know if he's referencing that or if that's just a general statement. It may just be a boastful joke, and a lot of times those can be hard to distinguish in hip-hop. That's funny, because he's partying so hard, he's going so hard that he ends up spilling champagne or Ace on his sick J's very nice shoes, on his basketball shoes, or on his athletic wear. If you've ever poured champagne or wine on an article of clothing or shoes, that's it. That's done for. And a nice pair of sick J's that's going to cost you. Oh, Kanye. That shit crack. She said, "Hey, can we get married at the mall?" Who makes that request? That I call BS. I call BS. Because unless there was a chapel at a mall, and that could be true, but I think if you were in a situation where you found yourself with Kanye West, you're gonna say, let's get married at a church or somewhere much nicer than here at the mall. And that's not to disparage a lot of like decent malls around the country or around the world. That are worthy of being married in. It's more a comment on you could get more out of Kanye.
Hey, look, you need to crawl for your bar. Come and meet me in the bathroom style.
And that's disappointing. I understand Kanye's joking around, but what he's also requesting from her is that, hey, if you want things from me, I'd like you to meet me in the restroom, and I'd want to do stuff to you, or have you do stuff to me in a sexual nature. Kind of a low blow. I think that's something that's that could have made the editing room floor. Back when they do movies, they would oftentimes cut out the thing, and then it would be on the floor of the editing room, is where the phrase comes from. And I think that might have been best utilized with that comment.
Why you deserve to have it all?
It's very playful. They're going back and forth. And Kanye there is saying, what, this old car? You or I might see that vehicle and we might go, wow, look at that. I could never afford that. But Kanye goes, I won't even drive this anymore unless maybe I have to run up and get some groceries or something. I would rather prefer a different mode of transportation. I have a lot of different vehicles to choose from.
Like you ever be around motherfuckers like this again? Girl, grab my hand, fuck that bitch, she don't wanna dance.
And in my experience, I agree. I do. I've been in many situations where you'll speak to more attractive women, oftentimes that are, kind of dressed up and they're ready for the club, and those will be the girls that'll give you the shoulder or give you, the back of their dress as they're walking away. So when he says bougie girl, don't want to dance, like that's something we can all relate to. And I think we need to lighten up. And then Kanye is kind of putting out a call to everybody just needs to lighten up and, just dance. Now that gets me every time. And first of all, it's impossible. I think polygamy, you'd have to be Mormon, and I don't believe Kanye is. I don't profess to speak on his religious affiliations, but I've never heard Kanye being into polygamy, and I don't know what Kim would think of this.
A nigga was Louis my killer, was drugs my dealer, what's that jacket my chiller? Doctors say I'm the illest, cause I'm suffering from realness. Got my niggas in Paris, and they going gorillas.
And I would just put a word of caution out there that it is important, especially when you're representing your home country in a different country. One should at least attempt to behave. And I get it. Kanye is a rapper and a big, music maker, and he's going to be out there with his friends making making the scene and joking around but it's also, you have to keep in mind, lots of eyeballs,
How do you know what that means?
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not.
It gets the people going.
Just keep balling, Jay. Just keep balling. And here's where it almost gets chaotic, and you want to say to yourself, what's happening here? So you really have to let it develop. That's when you have to trust the artists, and you have to just say, okay, what are they doing here? But they will explain. that's the title of the album. Look at that. You're listening to the song, and then you're reminded, that's right. That's the name of the record, too. So they're constantly kind of letting you know that the song is bigger than the song. The song is
Don't let me get in my zone. These other niggas is lying, acting like the summer ain't mine. I got that hot bitch in my home. Miami hot bitches I own. Don't let me.
and you can't technically own hot girls, but I think it's more of just a reference to like a power thing where I think Kanye is saying that like he is able to be dominant over multiple females, and I have reservations on that. Again, there's some things in here that Kanye says, but Kanye's gonna be Kanye.
Get in my zone. Don't let me get in my zone. Don't let me get in my zone. Don't let me get in my zone. The stars is in the building. They hands to the ceiling. I know I'm about to kill it. How you know I got that feeling?
And you have to trust your intuition. You do. And that's a message for all of us. How do you know? I have that feeling. That can be the answer. And a lot of times people will let it go, hey, what's more? I need more. I just have a feeling about it.
Now watching the throne. Don't let me into my zone. Don't let me into my zone. I'm definitely in my zone.
It's a special song. I think that it's obviously both of the artists are doing very well for themselves. Kanye West, Jay-Z. The name of the song is N-Words in Paris. So thanks for checking out the review. I'm Bradley Beats.